In this short clip, I'm going to talk about the two assignments that are part of the broad area of learning groups assignments. First of all, let's review what the broad areas of learning are. The broad areas of learning are the reasons we are here as school teachers, the reason that we have schools. They have to do with the aims of schooling. The QEP groups them into 5 overlapping areas that are relevant to people's lives today, and they believe that paying attention to these areas prepares students for their lives. Now, the 5 broad areas of learning listed in the QEP are health and well-being, career planning and entrepreneurship, environmental awareness and consumer rights and responsibilities, media literacy, and citizenship and community life. And for each of these there's different aspects, and sometimes it may seem, for example, health and well-being may seem to be a lot of different things under one that are grouped together in one area. Now, with your broad area of learning groups, you've got 2 assignments. One is a group assignment and one is an individual assignment. Each group in this class is going to focus on one broad area of learning. Each member of your group will find and read one academic article connecting ESL and that group's broad area of learning. If you have some trouble finding an academic article that you think is relevant, or need ideas on academic articles that might be relevant, feel free to discuss this with me at any time. The article you choose will form the basis of your contribution to the group oral report and the individual report discussed below. You may make other contributions to the oral report, but the article that you choose will be perhaps your unique contribution. Now, the oral report is a group assignment. It's worth 10% of your grade. It's going to be a 15-minute oral presentation. It's done with the whole group there, so you will not be speaking for 15 minutes. It introduces the broad area of learning to the other students in the class who will not be as familiar with it as you will be by that time. It will explain how you and your group feel that this broad area of learning connects to ESL, and you will discuss some of the academic articles that you studied individually. Now, it's only 15 minutes, and that's a lot to do in 15 minutes, so please keep in mind that the discussion of the academic articles is probably going to have to be fairly concise. Now, how am I going to assess this? First of all, does everyone participate? Do you accomplish the goals of the assignment? The goals of the assignment are to help the other students in the class understand that broad area of learning and help us to see how it's relevant and connected to ESL. It's relevant and connected to school in general, but specifically make some connections to ESL for us. How complete was your response to this assignment? Was it approximately 15 minutes? I may have to stop you at 15 minutes, but if you get to 10 minutes and you stop and yet it wasn't very complete, then you might lose some marks for the lack of completeness and for not moving towards the time limit. Did you communicate clearly? Were you engaged and engaging? I mean, were you really, did this assignment show effort and planning and thinking? And did you also get the attention of the other students in the class? As teachers, you have to be engaging, so were you engaging? Was it well planned, well timed, and well organized? Now, the broad area of learning written report, this is an individual assignment. It's worth 15% of your grade, and it's only 1 or 2 pages in length, 250 to 500 words. In this report, you are to discuss the academic articles you studied, or the academic article that you studied individually. And in this report, you should introduce the article, tell me about the topic, the goals, the findings, the main argument, the context. Not necessarily all of these things, but consider all of these things when you're planning your writing. You should also be using proper APA citation to cite the article. I should be able to read the citation and find the article based upon your citation. If there's information missing that would make it impossible for me to find the article, then you haven't done your job as an academic. Your response to this assignment should link that article to the broad area of learning. The link in some cases would be fairly obvious, but still make it explicit. In other cases, you're going to have to draw the connections yourself. You believe it's connected and you have to make the argument as to why. You can link it to the educational aim and the discussion around the educational aim. You can connect it to the focuses of development that are spelled out in the QEP chapter that you read in preparation for this. And here you should cite the QEP. So we have at least 2 references in your written report here, possibly more. You should discuss its importance to language teaching, connected with other things you've learnt about language teaching, language acquisition, and/or education, and discuss its relevance to you as a language teacher. If you're connecting with other things you've learnt about language teaching, then you might have to cite previous articles as well, or perhaps other textbooks that you've read. So, that's all I have to say for now about this assignment. Watch this description of the assignment as many times as you want, but once you've watched it, feel free to ask any questions about it in class, or, of course, during my office hours as well. Have a good one.